Hello YouTube and welcome back to GSPseafishing, and I am here at the Warren. The Warren, what does it say? Heritage Coast, and that is in Folkestone. And as you can see, Gemma has joined me this evening. Say hello, Gemma.
Hi.
And we are going down the Warren with our lure rods. What was that? She said, what was it? Was it like, oh friends? Was it something like that? Tie lines. Anyway, I've come this way because, and it looks like it might be right, I've come this way because we've had northeasterlies coming across for the last few days, and it's the only place where I could get a bit of clarity to do a bit of lure fishing. It does look a little bit choppy, which is fine. I quite like that. It does look like it's clear. Oh, it looks good. Anyway, I'm going to get down to the water's edge, go through what I've got, what rods I've got, and the setup we're going to go with. And then we're going to have a little walk round. She's prodding me now with the rod. She thinks she's funny. Anyway, let's get down and see what's going on. Go through what I'm using in a minute, but what I'm going to do is tie a leader, and I'm going to do it with this is Slim Beauty, I think it's called. It's just quick, I like it, and I'll put the link up the top for this knot. I'm doing it away from the water's edge, trying to get a bit of protection from the breeze, because there is a breeze. So I've basically made a figure of 8 knot in the mono there. I've then doubled over the braid, which goes through the two loops in that knot, like so. And then as it comes out of that loop there, hold them together. I'll then wrap this 6 times up, 4 times down. Tease this knot down tight, like so. There we go. That's looking good. I'll cut that off. I'm on about 3 foot on this, I think. Done. And we'll do the same with Gemma's. Right, now what I have got to attach the lure to my line is the Mustad fast hatch clip. Now for smaller species, up into, well, probably small to medium species, this is absolutely fine. You can take bass to any size on this. You'll be able to take bonito tuna, bluefish, barracuda, jack crevalle, but then if you're going bigger GTs and things, I wouldn't be using these. But for anything that you want to be taking on a spinning rod, probably up to 80 gram casting weight, these will be fine. And they're quite a simple design. You tie your line to the eye at the top, and then you basically clip the lure round into that little clip there, and then that's it on in place. So I'm going to put one of these on each rod, because I haven't got any on there at the moment. And I'm just doing that with a uni knot, very easy. Right, so I've just set up 2 lure rods. Now, one's slightly overgunned. Well, it is overgunned, but I have only got a lure rod for each different type of lure fishing that I do, and now Gemma's with me, I need 2 lure rods to do it. So I'm going to go with the slightly heavier one, which is on the left here, and the right one is for Gemma. And I wouldn't advise doing what I've done. I've laid them down in the sand, but I've done that to get out of the wind. I'm behind this concrete block. The wind is there. Now, what I have got 2 Cinetic rods. The orange rod is the Cinetic Cautiva Sea Bass 330, that's 3 meters 30 long, and the one on the right, which is the darker grey one, is the Cinetic Crafty Sea Bass, and that's 3 meters long. Now, the casting weight of this orange one is 40 to 100 grams. It is there just here, but it's, there we are, 40 to 100. And the casting weight of this one, which is more suited for bass fishing in the UK, is 20 to 50 grams, which is there. Will it focus? There, 20 to 50 grams. So that's the sort of spec of rods you want to be going for in the UK, and that's paired with a Penn Battle 2. I think it's 3,000, or is it 4,000? 3,000, there we are, 3,000. I don't know what braid is on that, but it's only about 6 kilo braid on that. And on this beast is even a beastier reel. I've got a Tikka Talisman 4000, which has got 30 kilos of drag. It's got 30-pound braid on that, so it is overgunned, but we're going to see what we can do. Conditions are good today, there's not a lot of sun. And then we go up, that comes up to the end of the rod, it comes back down. I've just tied on both a 3-foot 25-pound fluoro leader, and I've just got some Stren leader, some Stren fluoro, sorry, that I've used as leader material. I've then attached the mustard fast hatch there, as you can see, and on that side, mustard fast hatch. I'm starting with the Hardcore Minnow 90. This is a sinking lure. This is quite heavy, I can't remember what it is, 28 grams, maybe 32 grams. Casts like a bullet, so I'll get a lot of distance on that, and I can retrieve that in. That'll work. As it's a sinking lure, if I start retrieving straight away, it will retrieve at a depth of about 1.5 foot, 2 foot, and then obviously I can let it sink further, but I won't be doing that today too much. And as Gemma is new to fishing and new to this, she's got the Jemma Komomo, and that's a 125. It's a floating lure, so there won't be much problems with getting snagged up on structures at the bottom. And then I've got my lure box here, and in my lure box I've got a few lures. I don't tend to change that much because I love the Hardcore Minnow. I might do today, we'll see what happens. I've got some Rapalas, another Hardcore Minnow 110s. I've got the what's that, the Minnow, that's another Hardcore. I've got some Storm Shads there. I've got the 3D Inshore, which is there. I like that lure. A Duel Hardcore Magnet. So let's see if any of these work, see if we can get some bass. But the conditions are great. The sun's not out, it's a little bit overcast. I like that, so you don't get the refraction of light down your line. And the water is pretty clear. So we're going to take a walk along that way, under the cliffs, have some casts, see if we can catch a fish. Are you excited, Gemma? Let's go. And what we do, once we get under the cliffs, we're going to be under a bit of a shelter, and the wind will be behind us, so it makes it easier. So what I'm doing, I did think I just saw fishing. I got my hand around the wheel, yeah. I'm grabbing the line before I open the bail arm with one finger, hold it in place. I'm not bringing the knot through the guide, yeah. So I've got that whole leader where I tied out of the rod. Then I'm just opening the bail arm. giving it a cast. And as it hits the water, bring that in. Put your tip down, point the tip down towards where it's coming. And then you want to try different speeds, yeah? And then don't really, once you see it, you obviously want to just bring it up as you get to the edge. You see it? All right, bring it up. You have to get that weed off the line. Yeah, you have to get the weed off the line. It won't work. So bring it there, that'll do. Grab the weed. You want to reel the knot near to the eye and do the same again, yeah? That wind is lovely. Yeah, getting the hang of it. Yeah? If you've got weed on the lure, just take it off because it'll stop it swimming. We get around that way, there won't be much weed, I don't think. Yeah, we'll walk along. Let's get under the cliffs. Where did that one go, Jemma? Look at all the birds. Wow, look at the seagulls. We've got a stuck lure on the wall. Well, I'll go and get it if it's wet. Where is it?
It's just on the wall there, look.
Let's see how yours casts. Oh, they cast all right. How's it swimming? I think I've clipped weed there. You need to do that quite fast, I think, this one. Yeah, you just need to go faster. You can change it if you want. Have a few more casts so you get used to it, yeah? And we'll go along there and we can change it. These hardcore minnows do fly even into the wind. Right, walk forward. When the waves go out, just lean over and flick it over. Yeah. You just got to try and, oh yeah! Ah! Yep, got one. We've got a bass, tiny little one. Yay! We've got a bass, look at that. He's only tiddler, but it's a bass on the lure. I mean, barely bigger than the lure. But it's a bass. Come here. There we go. Probably a 200mm bass on a 90mm lure. All 3 trebles in his mouth. So let's unhook him. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Let's release him back. Let's get this bass back. There he goes. Oh, there's good clarity there. You alright? You alright? Do you want to change the lure? You don't like this one anymore, right? Jemma wants to change. Right, so Jemma wants to change her lure, so she's gone for the Hardcore Minnow, and this is a 70. She's gone with the black, the glow tail. So let's see if that does the trick. If there's small bass like I've just had, they should hammer this. So she's going to give that a go. Right, so you want to let go a bit later, yeah? You're letting go early and it goes up. You want to be, when you get close to the edge, lift it up, remember? Lift the, yeah, now lift it up and over. I know. Don't, there we go. So you want to be firing these, Jemma, off at like 1:30. That's 12 o'clock straight above you, yeah? You want to fire, so you want to let go when you're pointing at 1:30. There, like that, yeah? Just like that. Let's see if we can get another one. I really do love this lure. It is such a versatile lure. This is the one that last year me and Aaron smashed the bass in my sib at Herne Bay. Fishes so well. It's great for trolling, it's great for casting. And if you want to get hold of these lures, they're not easy to get hold of in the UK. But Aaron does have a stock of these in both 90, 110, 130, and I think the next size up, which I don't know what it is. If you're lure fishing, always make sure you keep the lure in the water until the very last moment. Especially bass fishing. A lot of the bass are going to hit that lure in the last 5 yards. Come on, little bass. Come on, big bass. Oh, there was a take. Oh, he missed it. I saw him. Right at the last minute then. He hit the lure but didn't even, I think he turned right at the last minute. Come on. Have you got a fish? She's got a fish. She might have a fish here. Right, don't lose it. Right, I'm coming. Have you got a fish? Hold it up. Oh, it's taking line. Right, be careful. Don't reel too much. She's got a fish. She's got a good bass. Right, stop, stop, stop. Stop, stop, stop. She's got a good bass. Right, Jemma. Hold on. This time on this. Wait, yeah! Jemma! Oh, you've got a good little bass there. Well done! Was that good? Did you feel it take? There we are. Now, so, let me watch my fingers. There we go. Lovely bass there. Gonna get him unhooked, get him back. Oh, well, we'll get a fit picture of you with that actually. Right, there's Jemma's bass. That's a good, I don't know, 35 centimetre bass. Pleased with that, and again on a hardcore minnow, on the 70 hardcore minnow. So let's get this back in. Here we go. There he goes. Come on. There he goes. Dives off down to the depths. Jemma, well done. So that basically goes to show that the size of the lure really doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that if you've got a big lure on that you're going to catch a big fish. It really doesn't. But there's bass around. There's a bit of weed, which is a bit of a pain, but all we want now is a 5-6 pounder. Hey, we've got a good bass here. We've got a good bass here. Oh no, come on. Right, we have got a good bass on here. Feels good anyway. Come on. Right, we've got a nice bass here on the lure. Try and get it up on the wave. Definitely a couple of pound. Oh yeah, nice. Right, come on. Up you come. Where is it? Where is it? There he is near the edge. Diving down, up he comes. No, oh, he didn't want to come up on that wave. But he might do on the next one. Come on. Up you come on this swell. Oh, I don't want to lose him. I've got a net. There he is. We've got him, a nice one. We've got a nice bass here. That's a bit bigger. That might be a keeper. We are going to give him a measure. Let's see if that bass is a keeper. Right, so there is the bass on the measure, and it is just at 42. So I am keeping this one. I haven't kept the bass for months, so this one's being kept. And let's go again for some more. The bass love the hardcore minnows. So Jemma's had one bass, so I've had two bass, and I've had a hit really close. Wasn't it that big, probably a tiny bit smaller than Jemma's, I saw, what I could see. Should we start strolling back? You want to start strolling back? Got him. Let's try along this edge. Oh, that's a good 60 yards down there. Come on. It's just 7 pounder along the edge. Oh, there was a hit then. There was a hit then. It's getting dark. We're losing light. My little legs. Oh dear me. Anything above 18 inches is a big step for me. Oh, it's lovely conditions. Oh, cracking cast. Yeah, that was a good cast. That was a good 50 yards. Yeah, there's big bass here. Right, last cast. That's it. That is it. Last cast syndrome, but it will be done. Come on, big boy. Come on. Come on, Mr. Bass. Come on. Come on. Come on. Right, so that's the session done. It is dark now. I've got the light on this. How long have we been fishing, Gemma? What do you reckon? She reckons an hour. I reckon an hour and 20 minutes. But all in all, not a bad session. The Warren can be very hit and miss. You can lure fish here and not get a take on your lure for weeks. But we've had 3 today. Gemma's had 1. I've had 2. All on hardcore minnow. So there was a 70 that Jemma was using and the 90mm that I was using. I love the hardcore minnow, and that's the reason I tend to stick with the same lure. It tends to work most of the time. But happy with this. It's my first lure fishing session this year actually. I tend to like to go on the North Kent coast, but come down here because the wind was favourable, the condition was good, and we caught some fish. You liked it, didn't you? Did you enjoy it? Yeah. Yeah, it's good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
She's hungry. McDonald's. No? No, what then? Don't know. It's not McDonald's. Anyway.
Tight lines.
She thinks she's funny. Until next time. Tight lines.